Yo guys, what up? Okay, I'm gonna get it started in just a second. Um, see if I could just. All right, welcome back to day 2 of what's this video called again? Oh yeah, live chess coaching. Um, where I will be playing subscribers and analyzing the games with them afterwards in order to help them out. And even if you're not playing, it could be beneficial to you also. So I suggest staying, and we will all learn from this live. Okay, now I have chess.com on my screen. Hello to whoever's here already. I see we already have 3 viewers, which is great. If you want, you can put your username in the chat. I would be happy to play you and analyze the game and help you get better at chess. So, in the meantime, um, until I get sent something, I'm going to just be playing Coach Levy. And as the game goes on, I will be analyzing with him as I would with you guys. But, obviously, if I were to play you, you guys would learn much more because, obviously, um, you guys would be playing your own game and you wouldn't be relying on Coach Levy to play the moves for you. So if at any point anybody wants to put their username in the chat, they are absolutely welcome to, or you could just send me a challenge. That works also. So Levy starts with the Sicilian defense, um, which is common play. About 20% of the time this is played, I'm going to go for the open Sicilian. He plays a5, an extremely strange move, and I'm just going to pick up this pawn. He goes check, I suppose, trying to win the pawn back, block with my knight, and he takes my pawn. Okay, so there are a few things we can learn from the past 2 moves. Unless, honestly, I'll just finish out the game and then, analyze it afterwards. He pushes e6, I guess trying to get the pawn. Honestly, I could just defend it. And he brings out his rook, which honestly is not a great move. I might just tune up Levy a little bit, make him a little bit better, because this is not what I was expecting. He is much worse than I thought. Attacking the rook, attacking the pawn, and he just completely gives it to me. I'll take the knight first. Now I'll take the rook. I'm definitely going to crank Levy up a little bit because this, I mean, it's just a little bit too bad. So just gonna crank him up a little bit after I finish this game. I'll still analyze this game, because why not? You could still always learn. And yeah, so I suppose just take the free pawn here. And then continue to take the bishop. Give it a check. Another check with a capture. And now try to win this bishop, which he gives to me willingly. I believe I'm closing it on mate. Push the pawn, threatening mate over there. And also mate over here. Which mate should I do? Let's go with... I like this mate better. Okay, so let's review this game together. We can all learn from it, of course. I'm just gonna share a different screen, the analysis screen instead. That way, of course, we can learn from this game. So we have a typical Sicilian defense. H5 here is it's not good, right? Because the move H5, it's weakening. For starters, I can push the pawn, kicking the knight. The knight would really not have a comfortable square to go. And even though I'm not up any material, I have a 2.6 advantage. Because I can kick the knight, right? Because I can kick the knight, and because this move is just weakening. It weakens the king side, and it doesn't accomplish anything. So over here, if you play the Sicilian, I would recommend a move like takes. Takes is a fine move. You can also play a move like. Actually, I'm pretty sure. I only recommend takes. I don't think this is a very good move, right? It's just a mistake because you can get your knight kicked. Um, you could maybe try G6, preparing to fianchetto the bishop, but I don't think that's great either because you're not gonna get kicked. So pretty much the best move here is just take the pawn, and after knight takes, you could take the knight, which I don't personally recommend because you'll allow the queen to get out without anything that can kick it. And hello, if there are any new viewers, you're welcome to send me a challenge. Put your username in the live chat, and I would be happy to play you. I could stop analyzing this game to play one of my viewers. Obviously, you guys are much more important than a bot. So yeah, I don't recommend takes because of queen takes. And now, regularly getting your queen out this early isn't great. But over here, we don't have a knight that can kick the queen, right? Our knight was traded off. So over here, I recommend perhaps d6. D6 is a fine move. There's also knight f6, attacking the pawn. There's also g6, preparing to fianchetto the bishop. And yeah, all of these are fine moves. I don't recommend taking the knight. I got a little bit off course here. So let's get back on it. So yeah, so I don't recommend over here pushing h5. I took the pawn, which wasn't the best, but went a bit of material. Hey, he gave me a check, which I don't like at all. And then he just gave away his queen. So we can learn a little bit from this. First of all, queen h5 is a miss, right? He should have pushed his pawn, preparing d5 and attacking my pawn. But instead, what he did was he brought his queen out. Now, I talk about this so much, right? You're getting your queen out too early. Now, back here when we were getting our queen out too early, that was okay. Because there wasn't really any pieces that can kick our queen. Like, how's he kicking it? He can't push. You just take, and we're winning. He could kick it like this, but then he just gets doubled pawns. And there's not really anything he could do to kick our queen. But if we go back to this position, after we put our knight here, kicking the queen will be very, very easy. We just blundered it. So we have push. Got the bishops out, and now we attack the rook. Excellent move. He loses his knight. So this is what I regularly say when I see these kinds of positions. You must look out for checks, traps, and captures. Sorry, checks, threats, and captures. And what that means is that when you move your knight here, you have to look, can my opponent capture anything? Well, yes, we can. And as well, there's more than the knight. We're also threatening the rook. I take the rook, I take the pawn, and I went on to win this game with an easy mate. And yeah, so now that I finish with this game, if anybody wants to put their username in the comments or send me a challenge, I would be happy to play them. Otherwise, I'm just going to go back to playing Levy again. Either way works for me. Obviously, I would love to help you guys by playing you. Of course, you also, I'm hoping, learn from the games with Levy. But I would be happy to play you as well. So, new game, but not with the same rating. I'm going to up the rating a little bit to 600. Um, just that way I could get it a little higher. Now, before I start, last chance if anybody wants to play me, they can send me a challenge. My username is down here. Or they are welcome to just put their username in the comments. I do also have Lichess, by the way. If anybody wants to use Lichess, I can use that also. So we have e4. Um, we have the Pyrrhic defense. This is what I recommend, and here also, here is an instructional moment. Now, I'm not going to go and say the Pyrrhic defense is bad, but what I am going to say is that when your opponent does not go for a move that directly strikes the center, such as e4, d4, sorry, e5, d5, or c5, then you can go and take the center for yourself. You can just do this. You'll get two central pawns. Now, he could kick it. Now, here's a problem with what he did. And this is something that a lot of players miss. By the way, like before, if anyone wants to put their username in the chat or send me a challenge, I'd be happy to play them. Because obviously you guys are way more important than a bot. But here's the problem with the move e5. E5 allows takes, and then takes, and then what happens is I'm going to be able to take his queen, and when king captures, he's not going to be able to castle anymore. Now, this is very important, castling. Now, I see this guy's already playing better, but he's still messed up a little bit. He doesn't have his castle anymore. Now, a castle is not these pieces. These pieces are called rooks. Just going to kick his bishop. So here's his first mistake. He found the check. He almost did good, did well, but he missed one vital thing. He missed that. Oh, was I not showing the game the whole time? Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm going to share the game now. Sorry, I was unaware that the game is not able to be seen. Okay, there you go. Now you guys can see it. All right, great. So back to the game. So what he played here, bishop b4 check. It's a fine move because after you get kicked, you could put the bishop back. By the way, if anyone wants to put their username in the comments or send me a challenge, you're welcome to. This is my username, and he could put his bishop back. Now my knight can't get out. It's a little bit annoying, but he takes. And he found a check and a capture, but you have to look, after I play my move, will any of my pieces be able to be captured? And if he would have saw that, he would have seen that the answer is yes. And again, he missed it. Right? Again, he didn't see, well, my piece can be captured. So he played knight to e7. And now I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to capture his piece that he left there. The move I would have recommended would have been knight d6, knight c6. Just very simply defending his pawn. Okay, but I take. He goes c5. A very strange move, but it doesn't, blunder anything, so that's fine, I guess. Just develop my bishop. He puts his knight back. Okay, here's another very instructional moment. Because here, what we can learn is that in the opening, which this still is, we must not move the same piece twice unless there is a direct reason for it. Unless there's a direct reason for it, we do not and cannot move the same piece twice. So over here, he did not have a direct reason. As a matter of fact, a move I kind of missed over here, which now I know I'm able to do, is knight takes. And this is a fork, because now I'm able to win his rook. And that's something you have to watch out for, forks. Can bring my knight in. Now I'm kind of just bringing my pieces in to try to mess with his king a little bit and bring in my bishop. Now, all of my pieces should be in the game when you're attacking. I have now another fork. Take the free rook. And now I'm going to bring my rook out. Hopefully I can... Now, first of all, I'm cutting his king off from that side of the board. I have pawn check. And now I need to bring my other rook into the game. Now, my goal is to bring every single one of my pieces into the game, which I seem to be doing, right? So give a bishop check, and if I bring all of my pieces into the game, eventually he's going to get mated. So I have, let's see, I believe rook check. I believe here I can play this check. Knight takes, pawn takes. And now, yes, I did lose a pawn, but now my knight is defended. And now I can give a check. And now I threaten his bishop. And he's likely to lose a piece because he wasn't looking out. He made his king weak. And I'm not sure why he did it, but he made his king weak. And he let me infiltrate. So now I have a knight check. And I'm just going to be able to mate him very easily. I'm just going to cut his king off from here. That way I will have a much easier time mating him. Now, of course, I could take the free knight. But I think I would prefer to give him check because I believe mate is coming. Check. He can go down. And now that is checkmate. So we learned a lot from this game. I'm going to just go and review it. That way we could, hopefully learn a little bit more. So I'm going to switch the screen share to, let's see, which one is it? I'm just going to delete this, and then here we go. Now we all see the screen. I had 91% accuracy, but it's not really about me, right? And like I said before, if anyone wants to send me a challenge or if anyone wants to, put their username in the chat, I would be happy to play them. Okay. So we have e4. This is still a book move, but as you can see, my advantage, which started off at 0.25, has now escalated to 0.37 because after takes, he doesn't have castle anymore. So now, of course, he wonders, right? We all went over that. I have a little bit of a miss here, because I missed this, but now I saw it. And now I just got my pieces into the king, right? In the opening, we must develop all of our pieces, to the most of our ability. And you see me doing that here. I just keep on bringing more pieces, keep bringing more pieces into the game. And then I managed to win his other rook. And I just kept checking him. Just kept leaving checks. And these are all useful checks because they're all getting his king closer. Now it's mate in 3. I happened to miss it, but now I did end up finding mate. Now it's mate 1, and here we go. Checkmate. So we can all learn a lot from this game. Now I'm hoping I will get to play one of my viewers. If any of them want to put their username in the chat, I would be very, very happy to play them. More than happy to play them. And yeah, but if not, I can play a coach again. Playing with coaches, of course, you could learn a lot from it, but you can definitely learn a lot more you could definitely learn a lot more if I'm playing you. So if anybody wants to put their username in the chat, I would be more than happy to play them because I just love teaching people chess. You can also send me a challenge, by the way. That works also. But, either way, I would love to play one of you guys, and I would love if everybody could learn from it. That would just be great. Okay, until then, until somebody decides to send me their username or send me a challenge, I'm just going to play the Levy bot again. Or you know what? Let's switch it up. Let's see if I can find Let's see if I can find a different bot that I can play. So you have this game from before. Just get a new bot to play. In the meantime, let's play a top player. Let's play somebody that's high rated. Let's say not a 2200. Say 2000, 2000, and we can learn a lot from this. But like I said before, if anybody wants to put their username in the chat, I will be happy to play them as well. If anyone wants to send me a challenge, or you could just say hi in the chat. You know, I'm gonna go with the Scotch defense, not defense. Sorry, Scotch Gambit. If anyone wants to play me, of course, always available. I'm gonna go C3 here. The point is that if he takes, which he did not, which was strange. Just by the way, guys, this player is rated 2000. So if I don't beat them, I'm not expecting to. Let's put it that way. I do not expect to beat them. So if I don't, then that's fine. I'm fine with that. Um, and yeah, so like I said before, anyone want to put their username in the chat, be more than happy to play them. Um, put my bishop back, I guess. He castles, although his king is very weak. I'm gonna push. I should have honestly castled first, see, because then he's able to get that in. Yeah, I should have castled first. Now it seems like I may lose a pawn, which indeed I do. Except that he doesn't take. Um, I think probably I'm just going to, defend the pawn with my rook. My bishop can still be taken, but obviously, not for free. Um, and yeah, so he pushes to attack, obviously still open to any challenges. Or if somebody wants to put their username in the chat. His pawn is defended, so I assume just move back. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though, in case he ever wants to leave it undefended by accident. By the way, my username is mentioned on the bottom of the game. So you can see it there if you want to send me a challenge, or if you want to just put your username in the chat, that would work also. Gonna work on his knight over here. It's very difficult for me to kick his knight, of course, because of this pawn. And it's also very difficult for me to get the pawn away because, with the move b5, it also stopped me from playing this. But like I said, this guy's rated much higher than me. So, of course, I would understand if I were to lose. And obviously, I'd be much happier playing you guys. So, if any of you guys want to put your username in the chat or challenge me. But, anyways, in the meantime, play that move, a4. I assumed he'd probably push. Now I'm gonna push, and he goes there. That's gonna be annoying. That's gonna be an annoying spot because that's gonna be a spot that's impossible to kick him from. And this we could learn a lot from, by the way. Um, this knight right here we can learn a dang lot from. That knights on the 6th rank are the best. So always, you could try to get your knight there. That would be, pretty awesome for you. And now it will be very difficult for me to kick away. Still looking to play any viewers, by the way, if anyone wants to put their username in the chat or challenge me. And obviously it would be a learning game. Everyone that would play me, I hope would learn a lot. That is my goal, to teach you guys and to help you guys get better. Okay, so what is my move here? I think perhaps just taking the pawn. Bishop takes. I suppose I take. And now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to find a way to trade off this knight, or honestly, just sacrifice in exchange for it. Because that knight was definitely gonna piss me off a lot, and it was definitely gonna be very difficult to play with. Go after this knight. Knight captures. Knight captures. Um, Now I believe I'm going to take this pawn over here. He can take there. Um, okay, that is actually checkmate. Um, but we can game review it, and we can definitely learn a lot, like for sure. Because even though I allowed mate, which it's understandable that I lost. He is rated far higher than me. He did have a brilliant. I wonder if that was the queen move. I wouldn't really consider that brilliant, but all right. So we have Scotch. We have takes. Bishop there is not a great move. I didn't imagine a 2000 would play this. By the way, still looking to play a viewer. Um, if anyone wants, I forgot to switch my screen. Still looking to play a viewer. If anyone wants, I'm always happy to play viewers. So if anyone wants to put the username in the chat or, challenge me, I would be more than happy to play them. So over here, because it's the king side, they wanted me to weaken his king further by taking. And regularly I see that. I don't know exactly why I missed that. That was not a good move. And so over here, I'm actually winning by 1.2. Still happy to play anybody, by the way, if they want to send me a challenge, put the username in the chat. We have there. And over here, believe it or not, I'm actually still winning. Even though his knight gets there. And I'm still winning. Pawn takes, bishop takes is not great. They wanted me to play bishop back, sorry, not there. Bishop back. I didn't find. Gave him a small advantage. 0.2 is not really much. Now 2 is definitely a lot. And obviously this lost to mate in 2. So still happy to play anybody, make an educational game. Just put your username in the chat or, something of the sort. You could send me a challenge, of course. But honestly, since, nobody else is joining, I think I'm just going to sign off. Probably just.